Good morning, sir.
Good
I'm
morning.
super, I am super a little envious of that background you have today.
What I'm going to do is I will take all the backgrounds I've created and I will put them on Begin's agents for everyone. So if you do want to use them, we will have some funny ones, some nice ones, some ones to brag like the one behind me. So I'll put all those on Begin's agents in the marketing hub for everyone who wants to use them.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, a little bit of celebration this morning, right? Because of that backdrop. Hopefully you guys saw,
Yeah.
I'm sure Craig will talk about it again tomorrow, but that's quite an accomplishment. And it's everybody's, right? It is.
Yeah. It's a big deal. And I hope everyone realizes that. And that's why I wanted to make sure we highlighted that in the daily post, because it's really important to remind your clients or prospective clients that they're not just hiring you. They're hiring the broker, hiring the full team behind you. They're hiring that experience. They're hiring that capability and ability, right? And so I think that's important to highlight because it's a huge differentiator. Especially for our new agents, right, who don't have the experience, who don't have the past clients, who really don't have much to brag on as far as their own individual business, but they do if they just use the word we and they highlight things like this award for the 12th year in a row. Huge accomplishment, but it speaks to Craig, it speaks to the leadership team, and it speaks to how we operate as a company, which is I'm hiring someone in a company to represent me in the largest financial transaction of my life. I'd like one that has a good reputation, right? And I think being a top workplace for 12 years in a row speaks to that reputation quite well.
Yeah.
So quite a big deal.
And culture, and it's you guys who create the culture, right? It's the have fun, make money, which we actually trademarked, right? Which is awesome, which is now registered, and empower, educate, and encourage. So we've got those three statements, those two statements, just they're ours. We own it. Empower, educate, encourage to all of us, to each other, and to our clients, and then have fun, make money, guys. So kudos to everybody. Congratulations for that award and really helping us stand out in the marketplace and keep growing and growing, because we're not done, guys. We are just getting started with where we're going as a company and how we're going to keep on growing. So fired up about that. To that end, let's jump into what we're talking about today, because when you guys see we have too much, right? It's almost like we have too much stuff, but we don't, because you never know when you need that certain tool, right? So what I think you've done amazingly well, Puma, is really organize our toolbox, because admittedly, guys, we had tools scattered all over the garage, right? They're somewhere here. Where's that wrench? Well, I don't know. It's either in this side of the corner or over here. It's over there under that pile. It's over there. It's in the front. Versus we got our really nice toolbox lined up, organized, and we know where to go for what we need. So I know there's a lot of work you've done, Puma, so thank you for that. And I'm really helping to organize this together as we keep streamlining and growing and trying to find efficiencies here. So what was the drive? Was that pretty much one of the drives for putting this together?
Yeah, so I think we're about to dive into a site that's going to be able to be used as the agents to send to any client or prospective client, right? And the whole concept here was, I think, as a brokerage and as a leadership team, we've always done, and we're doing a really good job right now of going out, finding partnerships, building programs, securing big projects, doing a lot of those things that we should be doing as your business partner. And we do a really good job at cultivating those relationships, bringing them in, and we tell them, we tell you about those projects and we tell them to you. And the problem is we're not giving you a lot of tools to be able to actually go market outside of, content. So the first round was, well, as we do these things, we need to give you a place to remind you, right? Which is really what Begin Agents is. It's a place where you can go and learn on the agent side of things. What is the partnership? How does it work? And we give you some marketing pieces to be able to go tell about them, right? But then one thing that I continuously get is more detailed questions. Oh, hey, I was talking to my client about knock and they were asking this, or hey, where can I send my my client to learn more about this project or this program. I don't want to send them to Home Partners yet, that kind of thing. And so that got me thinking, okay, what we really need is a consumer facing site that highlights everything that we do have available, all of our services, all of our projects, all of our programs that an agent can feel 100% comfortable sending someone to, that is no fear of them leaving you. So what we did is we basically built a site that highlights all of those things. We're going to continuously be adding to it, but there are no intake forms. There's no SEO being done on purpose to drive this out to consumers. So the only way they'll really know about this site is if you send it to them. And when they click, you'll see, I'm going to show you in a minute, if they click any of the call to action buttons, it takes them to one section that says, for more information or to get started, please contact the agent who sent you this link. And so it's a safe place that you can send your clients so that they can learn more, because there's a lot of people who like to see things in black and white. So sometimes they just want to see more, they want to learn more, they want to be able to do that on their own terms. But when they're ready, they're going to come right back to you because they have no other choice, right? So that was kind of the concept. So I'll walk you through what we've got so far. Let me share my screen. All right, so you can see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay. So this is it. So what you're going to do, and I can send this out in an email, but it's begginsrealestate.com, and that will bring them here. And so this first opening thing is just buy with us, sell with us, rent with us, and then we've got the about us. And we'll dive into all these pages here in a second. If they scroll down, this is where we're going to send them to highlight the different projects that are going on. Again, sell with us, buy with us, rent with us. And obviously the rent with us will be our Home Partners partnership. And that's what each page will dive into. So these are some of our special programs, right? Talking about the knock program. This is our RealSure program. This is our Zero Money Down with Grow program. So again, just highlighting all three of these partnerships that are huge. And again, these sections of this site will just give them more detail into each of these. Okay. This is just a video of what we do and how we do it. So this is our listing presentation. If they click on this, and we are updating this. Jeff is working hard to do that. So this video will be updated pretty soon, but that is our listing presentation video. And then here's how we're going to help absentee owners. And so if they click on this section here, it's going to dive them into how you as an agent can help them as an absentee owner. And then our military rewards program. And then this will link them to all of our open houses. And for those of you, I know it's not a huge sphere or thing that we're focusing on right now, just because for sale by owners are a little tricky. But as we get back to a normal market, for sale by owners will certainly become a huge pillar again. And when they do, we have our for sale by owner again. We'll get them here. So let's dive into each of these pages real quick so you kind of see what we're talking about. So on the Sell With Us page, we're highlighting what we can do for them as a broker, and you obviously as the agent, right? So we talk more about positioning the home versus pricing a home, or even the traditional selling a home. We do feel like position is a strategy, price is not. So we kind of highlight just how we represent them: single agency, our list presentation, and then 2 specific programs that are here for them that they can use as potential sellers, right? So we've got Home Swap and we've got RealSure. Those are both programs that we can highlight and offer to any of our sellers, right? And so you'll see that we have these call to action buttons, but if they do that, it's going to bring them down to this section right here. So any of these buttons, to get your home on the market, simply contact the agent who sent you this website. So you can see we are not collecting their information. We will not be using this as a brokerage to market or do anything. This is 100% for you to use with your prospective clients. Okay. So let's go back up. Let's go to the buyers. Same thing. They click buy with us. We're just really just selling them on our process, getting them pre-approved, finding them the perfect house, making the perfect offer. Again, explaining agency on the buyer side. And these two programs are what we're highlighting here. So again, Knock, because that's also for buyers, and our zero down home loan program with Grow. Okay. Now, if they click on the Knock button, it'll take them to the Knock section of the website, which will explain how the Knock program works, the benefits. Still loading here. This is a video that Knock did that is real testimonials. So we have that on there. All the frequently asked questions. And this is why this section is really important for you as the agent to be able to send them to them, because they'll be able to come in here and a lot of the questions that you might be getting asked that you don't really know the answer to, or that they may want to see in black and white, are all here. And again, if they click, I'm ready to get started, it's going to bring them here to contact the agent who sent you this link. So it's always going to bring them back to you. Now, our special programs, if they click on this, it's going to just highlight all of our partnerships. So again, we've kind of talked about this, but we've got special partnerships for buyers, which is Knock, Zero Down, and this is our renovation home loans. We've got our seller programs, which is again, Knock, RealSure, and then our absentee owners. And so if they click again on any of these, it's going to take them to a detailed section. And then of course we have Home Partners program, which is what we refer to as our Rent Any Home program. The reason that we do refrain at this early stage, obviously, from saying Home Partners is because what we don't want them to do is then go Google Home Partners and you potentially lose them. So we always refrain from that. So if you're not doing that, please do. Don't market Home Partners. And I would do the same thing with Knock. Even though Knock's going to be in there, we're really positioning this as we're their certified partner. Now, the difference with Knock is not on the real estate side at all. They're strictly a mortgage company, but Knock is in the business of giving out leads to their partners as well. And what I would hate to have happen is one of your clients goes through Knock directly. Knock then sends them to us, but potentially to a different agent because they're sent back, right? We don't want that. So with any of these programs, position them. These are your programs as the agent, and as the brokerage, we offer them, but they're specific. The only way they're getting them is through you. And that's why we use these other names like Rent Any Home, Home Swap. We're not pushing necessarily Knock. It's just Home Swap through a partnership with Knock, right? So that's really important when you're marketing these. And then if they click again with the rental, so we do dive into Home Partners. So for those of you working that angle, I know there's quite a few of you, feel free to send them here. This is going to highlight exactly how Home Partners works. We've got a video that explains it that the client can watch. We go exactly the steps. And again, another video that explains it in more detail. This one's actually a more of a testimonial type video. This is one that actually explains how it works, and frequently asked questions, real testimonials, again, down here. And again, if they click any of these call to actions, it's going to bring them right here. So that's the kind of the crust of it. And then we also have our projects in here. Now, obviously we're constantly updating these sell. Like I know Sandalwood potentially might be fully under contract now with one buyer. We've got Harbor, a few left. We've got the IRB condo project, and then Mira Bay. There's still some homes available. But so if I just click on the Harbor as an example, it's going to bring us in. So any of these project sites, as the new, I know Jeff has several new ones coming. We will build out the pages. Craig has his new listing that we'll put on here. So as these projects come up, we will put them here. The other thing we will do at the agent level, and we had it on here, I think she's sold them off to go with Devin, but we had the West Shore Village project. So you as agents, if you're out there and you secure a big partnership or a big project, let us know, right? Devin came to us and said, hey, I've got this new townhome project in South Tampa. Can we build out a page for it, landing page, and be able to market it to our agents? Yeah, we absolutely can, right? So that's what we do with West Shore Village. So if you're working on a big listing or a big project and you want to be able to market it to all of our agents from a sales perspective, let me know and we can put it on here, and then we can get you some more information about that. So, but all of our projects will be on here. So to touch on that real quick, we are in the process. So the beachprojects.com, which I know several of you are using to drive them specifically to the projects, that will feed them into the projects section of this website now. So the Beach Projects is no longer a fully separate site. But that transition is still happening where we had to transfer the domain. Hopefully it'll be done today, but that's what will happen there. So the beachprojects.com will technically not exist anymore. You can still use the domain though. It'll just push them into this website's project section. So that's the main crust of it though. But I can open it up. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. We can open this up to questions, comments, anything.
Yeah, ask some questions, guys. Questions, comments on how we're actually going to use this. What are your thoughts on it? I think it's great because you can send it out. And I guess there was some fear that people didn't want to share some of the links because it said contact for more information and would go back into the company. So guys, we're not in the business to go get your business. So that's what we're not worried about that. So that's why, but anyway, just squash all those fears. That's why we put this up. So it's just you send the link out and say, hey, check this out. And you could just say, if it's just the rent to own section, you could just go to that section, copy that link, paste it, send it an email saying, hey, read more about our rent to own program, click here. Read more about our home swap program, click here. And then just kind of copy those links and go from there.
Lauren asked, I thought we were not using the auction program anymore. No, Lauren, you can set an auction. If you have a property that you think fits that, just reach out to Jeff or I, and
Yep.
we will talk to you about it. I think one thing to consider is it's got to make sense, right, in this market. And I think that's one of the reasons we haven't really focused on it recently is there really hasn't been the need, right? The whole kind of purpose of that program is to create demand. And there's just been so much organic demand that I'm not sure it made a lot of sense for a lot of sellers to do the auction program. It wasn't in their best interest necessarily. But, that doesn't mean that if it's a really unique project or if we feel like we might be able to get even more by creating it in an auction setting, we certainly can visit that. So if you have an auction property.
We're talking with a client with a $7.5 million property right now that's considering doing the auction right now. So It is still out there. It is still an option. We just haven't been hitting it like Mike said, but we will. So you come up with a unique property and $1 million plus, let us know and we will help you close it and just set it up. We'll knock it down.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep in mind that we will always have all the projects, partnerships, everything will always be updated in agents.com as well. So feel free to go there. That's where you're going as the agent. You're going to be able to go, learn a little bit more about them and have marketing material, graphics, posts, things to do about it. But this is going to be a place where you can actually send them beyond that. So one thing you could do now, which just gives you an extra tool in your toolbox is, now I go to Beckens Agents, I save that zero down graphic from that we created the Grow program. And when I make my post about it, I actually link them to the Grow financial page. So what I would do is I would come to this site, go to the Buy With Us section.
But you're not sharing.
Oh.
Bring it on back.
Yeah, let me share this again. Just to make super clear. So this is what I would do if I was the agent. So if there's something in here that I specifically want to market to a client or market to my sphere. So one thing is our growth. So if I come into our special programs and let's just say I want to market any of these, but let's just, for this purpose, let's do the Grow, right? So if I come to our Explore Zero Down Home Loan, I'm going to come and I'm going to copy this page link. And what this does is this explains the program in detail. Okay. And then I'm going to go to BeggensAgents.com.
Wait, pause for just a second. Cause that tagline, get 100% financing and cash back too, right? Do you think that might be exciting for some buyers in the marketplace right now? They're thinking they're priced out, but they'd like to, who knows, right? This is just designed for content to push out, to get some more interest and get you some more leads, get you some more deals, make you some more money, guys. That's our job as your partner. So I love that tagline, the way you put that 100% financing on with cash back too. That's going to get people to say, what?
And exactly. And you have to be able to market it, right? And so this link is going to give them all the information. But what I would do is I would come into Beggins Agents, come into our marketing and branding hub, and everything that's on this site, we've created content around. So if I come to the branded social content section and click this, now I've got all of these partnerships, all of these things that I can now click on to get content on. So if I come under this one, you'll see grow zero home down loan, right? So I click on this, and these are all graphics about that program. So now if I click on this graphic, right click, save jazz. Right now I save this image to my computer. Buy a home with zero money down. Ask me how. Is that intriguing to people? Might be. Right? So now when I go to Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever I want to go market it, now, and actually I'll just do it. Why not? So let's just go to book. So I'm going to right click and save this image to my computer here. Save. And then I'm going to go to Facebook. Decide it's going to load it all. Maybe LinkedIn will be faster. Either if it would help if I could type. LinkedIn's faster. Facebook sometimes takes forever to load. Yeah, LinkedIn's gonna be faster. All right, so when LinkedIn loads here, but you can do this literally on any of your channels. But again, we're gonna come here after I save that image or before, either way, I'm gonna copy this link. Okay, so now I've got this link here. And I'm gonna go create a post about it. But when I post about it, come on, I'm gonna actually link them back to that site. So I'm going to use the graphic now, and I'm going to use the link just to be able to enhance my marketing and let them self-select in. So what if you could buy a home for zero down and get cash back after closing? Right. And now I'm going to paste that link, and I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to add the image that I just saved to my computer. Where is it? Hold on. Did I not save it right? Let's see. Save images. Oh, hold on. I know why. Get out of here. Oh. Okay. Let's see if it's there now. I think you guys get the point, but I want to see if it did. Put it there. There we go. Okay. And now when I do this, done. Now I'm going to post this. And when I do, and I can add hashtags in because here I would want to do that, right? So you'd want to add in your hashtags. Click post. Oh, something went wrong. It's timing out on me, but you get the point. But now when I do that, now they're going to have this link, and now they're going to come here. They're going to be able to learn more about it, see if they're qualified, learn all about it in black and white without me having to tell them or sell them on anything. And if they're interested, guess who they have to come back to? You, because that's where it's going to drive it, right? And so if they're truly interested, now you're getting people to self-select in. Is that nicer than you having to do a sales job or talk to a bunch of people who don't qualify? I think so. So just something to think about. Now, all of in Beggins Agents, all of our program partnerships, all that stuff, there's content already created for you guys for all of it. So just go into that marketing hub section, go into the content section, find stuff that you want to talk about, And very likely that stuff is now on this website as well. So you can actually have something to send them to beyond just telling them about it.
And you need to schedule half an hour, right? At least, and really read through this website. So you understand the 100% down program. So you understand RealSure. So you understand the knock partnership. So you understand how all these things work. Because guys, remember, it's not about whether or not you like the knock partnership. It's about you explaining that you have the knock partnership, because it just adds more street cred to you being the expert negotiation Jedi master wizard in the real estate industry inside of people's minds that are in your sphere, right? That's what this game is all about. So you've got a little bit about no money down, cash back. You've got a little bit about, we've got home investment renovation loans. We've got beach houses that pay for themselves. We have new construction projects. We have FSBO guides. We have everything. Who cares if they use any of it? It's just the fact to know that you're that resource that is their trusted advisor that has so much at their disposal, that has the top workplace, that has all of this stuff there. You're just building up that level just to make sure. Remember, the whole name of this game is to own that one little piece. I think I froze up there, but one little piece in their mind that they only have one room for a real estate agent in their mind, right? You know, you have a hairstylist, you have an attorney, you have an accountant, you have a dry cleaner, you have a supermarket, you have a real estate person. You only have room for one. So everything we're doing is just laying a little bit more information out there just to make sure that you stay top of mind. So I don't know what else we could do to push it anymore and to give you, to make it really simple and bite-sized. But one of these points a day, you do the daily post, whether you love the daily post or not like the daily post them. Because some people will, some people won't. But tomorrow, different people will, different people won't. The next day, different people will, different people won't. Next day, same thing. And then you're just kind of gaining the mind share. So I love it.
Yeah, and if there's something on there that you guys don't, that you don't see on there, that you want on there, or something that you've done as an agent that you say, hey, if I had somewhere to send them that could give them this info, just let me know, right? But all the big things are on there, all the big partnerships. We add new ones. We've got a couple calls today with 2 new partners that Jeff and I are pretty excited about, that I think could be pretty huge for us as a brokerage moving forward. So if those advance the way that we believe they will, then we'll be talking about those soon. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that give you the ability, on here. We do touch on one thing I do want to add is utility helpers will be on here. See some put Rent Solutions, or Craig put that. Yep, Craig, you're right. We should add Rent Solutions stuff on here. We did renovation home loans on here. So there's a lot of different things that you can promote and talk about. And as we add new ones, we'll add them. But if there's something missing as you go through it that you wish it had, just reach out to me. We can certainly add it.
Love it. And Cheryl just wrote this, first time I heard we have 100% financing. This is through Grow Financial, just a great loan program. Like our job, we don't own Grow Financial. We don't have anything to do with Grow Financial, except we've aligned with a program that actually gives them cashback rewards from when people use Grow Financial, because in essence, they've actually allowed us to go use their 27 locations, right? As an opportunity. Now they're not in Orlando yet. I don't know if they're going to be, but that's kind of what's happened in the Tampa Bay DMA. Also, it's not about just giving Grow business. It's about, they've got a really badass program. And then Titan Home Loans has an amazing program with renovation loans, right? Discount Loans has some great programs with regular conventional with no appraisal fees. Those type of things are out there. But these are special, different programs that are, I think, really, really good. And the home loan, the home renovation loan, you've got to be talking about that right now, guys. If I would be posting content about that one for sure right now, because it's really, really, really slim pickings out there, as you know, and people don't want to buy a house because it's ugly, right? This turns ugly houses pretty, and that's really the best way to sell it. And let people
share my screen again for
low
a
interest
second.
rates, because guys, this is going to slow down. Where are you going?
I'm going to share my screen again just for a second to your point. So the renovation home loan stuff, if you want to talk about it, there's content we've already built out for you in here. Okay. So come save any of these graphics that talk about it. And the reality is that you can see, we're trying to preface the fact that this is what could happen, right? This house, not so appealing. But if this is the only thing I got in my price range with my buyer, and I can sell them on the fact that it could easily turn into this with one mortgage, right? And not have to sit there and try and use equity and all this other. No, this could happen with one mortgage with a renovation home loan, right? So using this graphic and then coming here under our special programs, coming down and saying, all right, well, I want to explore. Oh, I got to link that out. That's good. I'm glad I did that. Well, we have a renovation home loan page that I will link this out to after this meeting, because apparently I did not link that button. I have a whole section on here on the renovation home loan. So now we use that page link with any of these graphics, and now you got something to go talk about, right? And that is huge right now, because if you have a buyer, there's no question you've struggled finding them something that's going to work in their price range. That could be a huge option, but they don't know it's an option unless you tell them about it. And you don't know if it's an option unless you're actually paying attention, watching the tricks, and going to these sites and checking them out. So one thing I just also realized that I did not put on Beggins Agents, which I can't believe I did not do, is put all of our partnerships and programs section on here, which is blowing my mind, because I know I built it out and I didn't link it. So I will do that this morning as well. So on Beggins Agents, all the stuff that's on here will be on here as well in full detail for you. But you just got to talk about it, guys. And if you don't know it exists, you're not going to talk about it. So that's the key. So hopefully.
Now, a couple questions. Joe just brought up a good thing too. Joe Aletto, we still have a partnership with Rent Solutions for property management. Yes, we do. We should link out to them.
Yeah, Craig mentioned that as well. So we definitely have to add that in for sure. So that is on my list. I will add Rent Solutions in today.
Is there a contact person with Grow? They've got a whole bunch of loan officers. I think there's Alex and Brian and a few others that I can't think of top of mind, but there's no one specific contact. And they kind of work together as a team, as a credit union. So there's that question. So excellent.
Solutions projects. I'm just writing a couple things, and then we got to do home reno.
Lemonade is misspelled. Susan just pulled that out to you on whatever the post was.
That was one of the home renos. I'll look at that.
It's designed to make people say, "Hey, you spelled lemonade wrong." It worked. Yeah. Good job.
Starts a conversation. There actually is. It's funny. There's a whole. Harvard did a whole marketing study on that, where there's a whole thing about them. By misspelling simple words on purpose, it created conversation and sparked more memory of a brand. It was really interesting. They did it with like McDonald's and Wendy's and like a bunch of like fast food places, and had like purposely do it was a very interesting study that Harvard did. But anyways, I will fix that. Craig just put Grow one top workplace for large company. That's a huge deal too. And that was something we actually, when we were partnering with them, that came up. And one of the reasons why they did it with us was they felt like how aligned our cultures were, because obviously they are a very large company, but they had one top workplace, I think about the same tenure we have, right? I think it's like 11, 12 years that they've won it. Same thing with us. So that was one thing that helped get the deal done. So, as mentioned, the zero down program is not available in Orlando market. So, Adam, the issue is in Orlando is Grow does not extend to Orlando at the moment. So they just don't offer that loan. Now, talking with Brian over there, they're not against doing a mortgage over there. They just don't, they're not going to market it. They're not going to do it. So it'd have to be the right situation. But it's always worth talking to them just to see. right? And see if they're interested or not. And they'll tell you yes or no. So it's possible.
Yeah, that's up to them where they want to loan on that one too. I thought they had said they would loan outside of Tampa Bay also when, you know, you got a good,
Yeah,
a good
they
borrower.
had told Brian told me that they'll consider a loan anywhere legally that they can, right? So in the state of Florida, and then they're obviously in a couple other states, so they'll consider it anywhere in Florida, especially nearby. Where they run into some trouble is if you start getting into some remote areas where it's kind of they view it as their risk goes up, right? Because they don't know those markets as well. Orlando's a big enough and a central enough market and not far enough away from us where I know that they would consider doing it. So I do not believe Orlando is off limits for them. I think they would do it. In fact, they were talking about sponsoring some stuff we were going to be doing in Orlando. So I think they're interested actually in expanding into that market virtually if they can. And I also think that with the way that the world has changed and so much of this is happening virtually, it's opened their eyes to be able to expand their footprint a little bit. One of the things that they didn't have before is if you wanted to come in and fill out the paperwork, that's not a convenient thing to do if they're located in Tampa and you're located in Orlando. However, now there's a lot of ways to get that done. And so I think they're opening their eyes to that as well. So I would not say Orlando is off limits by any means.
Good. Jen says she worked with Mike Sousa, Sauda.
Yep.
And he's good there too. Good. All right. Any other questions on this right now on this site? And please dig into it, guys, and just pop around. And you know, that's it. What is the issue now? And I won't even say it. Mike. But you did have a section on your site about absentee owners, so I think I have no choice. But
We
to at least
almost
mention
made it. We almost made it a whole session without the word absentee owner even really coming up.
It's just, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. That's the most profitable thing you could do at the moment is find inventory. And so do it. I mean, really,
Yeah,
the last
guys,
thing I would want right
me,
now are more buyers.
For me, the two things that I would be the most vocal about if I was an agent is the knock program and absentee owners. That would be literally the extent of what I was talking about at the moment, just because the knock program is going to help literally knock people off of that edge of, oh, you know, I can't buy, I don't want to sell right now because there's nothing to buy. Well, let's go find out, right? If you were going to buy, what would you buy? Oh, I'd buy this. Great. Where would it be? This. Okay. Let's go see. And then let's put you on a search, because the second that becomes available, we're going to get you pre-qualified through, and we're going to be ready to pounce. And the second that comes available, you're going to buy that house. We're going to move you in, and then we'll worry about selling your existing house, which we know will sell very quickly, right? The ability to offer that is huge. It just is. And there's a lot of people that have been holding back because they were scared that there was nothing out there to buy. And now that fear can be gone because this program solves that problem. So I would be loud and proud about that. Obviously, absentee owners makes a lot of sense right now too.
And the 100% down. And just as a reminder,
down, yeah.
What I like about the buy with us section too is it really emphasizes step one. The reason to put together that partnership and that approval and that going deeper than that, guys, because I really want you guys to push your people into underwriting, right? And that's just needs to happen, because when you're having to write offers right now, I just saw an offer on a piece of property that I'm involved in right now. And there's a financing contingency and they want a 30-day loan approval period. It's like, what are you talking about? That's still like 2019 to even put that on a contract, right? What are you even thinking? I'm like, are you even serious? You clearly don't have the means. Why should we even this market? You actually have a financing contingency, right? Why would you do that? You want 30 days to determine whether or not you can get a loan? How laughable is that in a market like this, guys? It's crazy. It's crazy. And there's 0% chance we're going to take that offer on that. Why would we? Why? It doesn't make any sense. So please make sure that you're having this conversation with your buyers and realizing that these people might be solid as hell. In fact, there's a pre-approval letter attached, right? Which means nothing because they have a 30 days written in the contract that they can walk away if they don't get their loan, right? That's just not attractive in any way. Bad agenting is allowing me to get pissed off because of the way they wrote that offer. These people might be golden and they might have more money than God, an 897,000 credit score. But on paper right now, they look weak because I got a bogus pre-approval, because I know all pre-approvals are bogus, and I've got a 30-day loan approval period. Why would that agent have ever written an offer that way? It doesn't make any sense at all, right? So I want you to think about being on the receiving end of that rant on the offer you're about to write today for your client. Don't do it, right? You need to have not a pre-approval letter, but a letter from your loan officer saying, Bob and Mary Johnson have been through underwriting. They are golden. They are solid. Their credit score is stellar. They've got unbelievable equity. They're sitting on cash. And I wish I had every client on the planet was like them. They're going to enjoy your home, right? Love, loan officer John, right? That's what I should have on this letter. Not a standard printout pre-approval BS with a contract with a 30-day blank loan approval period. Come on, right? That's just terrible. That buyer should fire their agent, and just misrepresentation and just gross negligence and stupidity, right? That's just what's going on in this market right now is just do it right in the perfect contract. And the video, I was talking to an agent over the weekend that watched that video that you posted in Beggins Agents, that she was actually working through absentee owners. And then on the bottom of that, where you have those 3 key videos with the how to connect with people, good, and then how to write the perfect contract. That perfect contract class is something that's really worth rewatching, guys, and be able to have that conversation.
I'm gonna share my screen for that actually, because Vicky just put in there that she was saying a daily post for absentee owners, and your point on the videos is valid too. So just as a reminder, Vicky, if you want to work absentee owners, if we come into BegginsAgents.com, click on the training dice, and one of the options is pick your lane. And when you select the pick your lane, you're going to select your lane. And so if you want it to be absentee owners, I'm going to click absentee owners. And now you've got 3 steps in here. We've got our trainings on absentee owners, right? So these are videos that Jeff has specifically said what to do. We've got our scripts for absentee owners, and then there's marketing material. So for your point, you said you wish there was posts about the owners. There is. Come into the absentee owner section, save any of these, and go post them. Okay. Same thing. The videos Jeff's referring to are down here. Now, these kind of help you no matter what lane you're on, right? But our listing presentation, how to give it, is here. Our contract training class is here. How to connect is here. These are 3 huge skills. Now, these skills are transferable to almost any lane that you're picking, right? Which is why we have them in pretty much every section. But these are 3 things to master. And then it's important that if I want to work absentee owners, that I watch these 3 videos too, because this is going to train me specifically on what to go do, how to find them, and how to narrow them down. This is going to tell me what to say. This is going to actually get the attention.
You know what?
But this is here for every lane.
I think on the new section too, I think maybe we highlight these as the absolute must-have fundamentals on how to connect, how to get a listing, how to write a contract. Those are the 3 things that I think all of us need to rewatch on that.
Well, yeah, 100%. And if you're a new agent to us, or a new agent to the industry in general, just a new agent, I would really come into Beggins Agents and spend some time in the Beggins Real Estate 101 section, because these are questions that I know you guys have, and we broke them into real estate specific questions and then Beggins specific questions. But like, how do I write a contract? Well, when this loads, there's videos here specifically on how to write a contract. How do I hold an open house? How do I have a listing lead? Now what, right? That's exactly what you were kind of just talking about. What are the steps? Well, they're literally outlined in this video for you, right? So we've got the prescription. You just have to take the medicine, right? I mean, that's the hard part, right? And I get it. Medicine sucks sometimes. No, I get to force it down my kids' throats. So you may not want to, but if you want it better, this is what you got to do. So, this listing thing where Deb and Kat go through it is huge. And so we literally have it in here. Watch this video. They explain the step-by-step of what to do. And then to help you even more, we've got this guide that's also going to walk you through step-by-step. So our advice is watch this and then follow this, right? And if you do that, you will learn how to handle listings. Same thing with buyers, right? We've got the exact same thing right here. I've got a buyer's lead. Now what? So it's all here for you guys. Like it's here. You just got to actually take advantage of it and go use it.
It's so cool. I'm just so excited to have everything just all coming together. And I know Angelique's working really hard on an onboarding segment that's going to just meld very well onto this one. So
yeah,
after all these years, we're starting to get it all figured out.
It only took us 31 years. We're fine. We're in our prime. We're good.
You know what? It's fun. We are. That's the fun part. Is it just getting cool? Good to keep talking about what we have and where to find it. Good deal. All right. Well, what we wanted to accomplish this morning is making sure you know where BegginsRealEstate.com, what it was and where it is and how to use it. And so that's really your kind of internal check to figure out, do I understand these programs? Do I want to understand these programs? At least have a cursory knowledge of these programs. So if somebody says, hey, tell me about your home loan program, you could say, hey, well, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much you just finance it and roll your appraise value of your with the renovations in, and they kind of appraise it as if it's fixed, and then they roll your mortgage up to that level. So it's pretty awesome. So you don't have to come out of pocket to put in your $25,000 kitchen. You don't have to reach into your pocket to do $15,000 for your bathroom after you close on the loan. They'll just roll on that $27,000 for your kitchen and your bathroom into your mortgage. So now your payment's just up a little bit every month. You don't have to come out of pocket. That's enough. That's all you need to know, right? So that's just would take you 5 minutes to go through that. And then talk about the knock program. Basically, it's a bridge loan for free to help you go buy a house and not have to worry about listing your house until you have a new one and you're in the other house. That's it. So pretty cool. All right. Any last questions? Because I think we've hit what we needed to hit here today. Bum, bum, bum. Is there a training on that Grow 100% program? Maybe we need to get.
We've had them all. We haven't had them on in a while though. Yeah, we haven't had Brian on in a while. We probably should.
Let's do that. Because now they're fired back up on that program, which was gone for a while, guys, with pandemic. That everyone just kind of took away every cool program and just hunkered down to see what was going on. But now everybody's head's coming out of the sand and they're looking around, and vaccines are becoming wildly popular and wildly used. And it's interesting. Guys, just one last thing. You know, I've got family over in Germany that are just dying. They're still in total lockdown, like lockdown. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You can't get your hair cut, can't do anything. It's like us back in April, or last April, and just pissed. And they're watching pictures of us cruising around Disney World and hanging out on the beach and stuff. They're like, you suck, not fair. I want to move there. But they can't even come visit, right? Can't. Had a plane ticket booked for May, canceled. Had a plane ticket booked a few times, canceled. Can't even get in. Canadians can't get in. Europeans aren't allowed in, right? That's going to change. It's going to change soon. It's going to change this summer, most likely. So get ready. But if you don't have inventory, you're going to miss the party. So I've got to just remind you about where to think about any spare second you have today has got to be spent to where am I going to get the next piece of inventory? Where is my next listing coming from? How can I talk with my friends to get them to become listing seeking machines for me? Right? That's the name of the game, because when this next wave comes, it's going to be even crazier than it is now. Now you're going to have the rest of this crazy ass market we have right now is just from crazy Americans. Now let the rest of the world come in and want to take over some property too. It's going to get nuts. So get ready, because that next wave is coming. And I don't want to have us say we are officially in the entire real estate market in the United States has no house for sale. It's very possible. So let's not let that happen. Let's get out there and and get some more inventory. So, I had to close on that one.
Like it. If I can help in any way, if there's someone there you need or don't see or have any questions about, feel free to reach out to me and I will get back to you and get it answered for you.
Cool. Guys, make this the best week you've ever had. You know who's responsible for it. It's you, it's your mindset, and everything is perfect right now. So just go talk to people and you'll get whatever you want, as long as you know what that is. So have a wonderful